I mean, with side gigs, I think that's the norm for.
Yeah, these days, like the way the economy is and the way everything is happening, it's not realistic to have just one thing that you're doing that's going to bring in income. So a lot of us, the younger generation, I would say, were having our day jobs and like two other things that we're doing from our phones that we're running so that, you know, at the end of the month, you're getting extra money from somewhere else. So I can understand why some people would look at teaching as a side gig, especially, oh, you come in at 8 and then you're done by 2, 3, then you can go and resume your other thing at 4, and then at the end of the day, maybe you can close at 11. So yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so I understand that perspective, but okay, I also do a lot of things. I do a lot of things outside school leadership, right? But in doing a lot of things, there would always be something called your core.
Yeah.
So you should then decide what you want your core to be, because it is your core that takes the larger percentage of your time, right? So if teaching can be side gig for someone, but not the core aspect of teaching. For instance, a parent drops the child in the morning and the child will be with you for another 6 hours, 8 hours. Molding the child's life is not side gig to that parent. Right?
Yes.
But having extra lessons can be side gig.
Yes.
So you rather choose to then focus on extra lessons as your core and make it big, right? And then possibly get a job that allows you to do contracts or part-time teaching as another side gig. But if you choose to come into the classroom to be a full-time staff, it can't be a side gig. Because what would then happen is the parent who then drops the innocent child with you would only get like the side gig percentage of your commitment.
Yes.
So in having side gigs, I encourage my teachers to do a lot of stuff outside school. In fact, I have a policy. You don't walk into Millhouse and leave the same way you came, right? Like the man that drove me here came in as maybe security man and then somehow we're able to work his license. So when you come in, you always leave better. I encourage them to take speaking engagements. For those that are very good with hands-on activities, they can go to other schools for class displays. Those things can be side gigs, right? But when it comes to the core, the core, why we are here, the 6 hours, 7 hours experience that child will have with you, it cannot be a side gig. Because I tell them too that a year lost in the life of a child might never be regained. For some of us that still struggle with maybe handwriting, how to write well, for instance, maybe it was a nursery 2 teacher or year 1 teacher who was meant to perfect your handwriting skills, right? That didn't do the job because it was side gig to him or her at that time, right? So for some children for adults, we have adults who up to date are colorblind. So beyond the medical part of, okay, I'm colorblind, some were not taught colors. Because beyond teaching colors as primary colors, you then begin to teach them grading. When you see this is a darker shade. Okay, the lighter shade of purple is called this and this. But you see an adult calling lilac purple because we are not taught grading by a teacher who is seeing that classroom experience as side gig. So there must always be a core. And then when we look at the child as the center of whatever it is that we do, within those 6 hours, 7 hours of engagement, it just changes everything. It changes everything. If I spend 6 hours with you, I spend 7 hours with you, I still have all the remaining hours. So I would rather stay up late at night to post the shoes I'm selling on Instagram midnight and still come back and show up than use that period to be posting. Do you get? So there would always be a core to
Are
everything.
teachers currently doing that right now, where they're in school and they're posting?
That happens, but I can't. That happens, but I think I would not say I would not leave it as teachers.
Yeah.
We can just say our humans, our people. You can be a banker and then you also have an Instagram store. So as you're trying to post bills, you're looking at someone who has sent you a DM whether they bought the shoe or not. So I think it's an human thing, not a teacher thing.